So what is going on?
Two employees are shoplifting together.
Got her full admission. It's $876. What she's doing is she's merchandise theft. She's doing fraudulent returns back to her. She's a misdemeanor. This one's a felony. This one's $870 something.
Yeah.
That one's two something, right?
Okay.
One was doing return fraud, the other one was doing a pack saw.
On the 29th of May, 2025, West Palm Beach Police Department responded to a Nordstrom Rack following a multi-week internal fraud investigation by Asset Protection. Two employees, Tamia Dickson and Tamia Brown, were already detained when officers arrived. This footage raises 5 distinct legal issues: warrantless arrest validity, Miranda compliance, felony threshold classification, merchant detention, authority, and booking inventory procedure.
Excuse me. Yes. Where's the office for the detainees? I guess you guys have somebody detained? Yeah. Wherever the security office is, I guess, is it straight back there?
Back one. 10-6 at IT for computer issues.
Okay, thank you.
It's a PD right here.
Oh, that'd be right.
So we're actually waiting, we're standing by, we're waiting for the actual officers to come and take care of them. Where's the individual?
She's getting fired by the manager.
Fired?
Yeah.
Well, where is she though?
She's in the Dickson.
Let you know the room's audio and video recorded. Okay. So come on over here. You can come over here, put your bag down on the table, or put your bag here for me. She's got to check you real quick.
Do you have ID in your bag?
Yeah.
Okay, before you do that, do you have anything that's on you gonna stick me, poke me?
No.
Alright, turn on. Okay.
You want to go over?
And just letting you know my body cam is on. Okay.
I'm going to leave this with you.
Go ahead and you can take out each
If she
item.
wants a copy of this, you can give her a copy of this, okay? So we're going to want to give the PD is a copy of this and a copy of this.
And what's in here?
I can go make copies for you. I'll do it. You hang out here. And put this over here. You have to have her fill out something else.
Alright, and I need your ID, please. Using your wallet. Thank you.
So they want the prosecutor for this just to be the receipt for it, and this is the investigation with all the notes. I don't know if you want any of the video.
Well, if you could bring up the video, so I'm standing by the other officers who are taking this on their way.
Oh,
I'm just gathering up some information now to make it easier for them.
Okay.
So if you have the videos popped
Yes.
up, can we get that ready for them as soon as they come in?
Can you do that interview? And then I'm going to bring her over here. She's being prosecuted as well. She's a misdemeanor. This one's a felony. This one's $870 something.
Yeah.
That one's two something, right?
253.
Yeah. So that one's a misdemeanor, but she's involved with her. They're
So
passing off merchandise.
So what is going on?
Two employees are shoplifting together. So,
So-
he has one in here already. He's gonna go pull the other.
I got one we just interviewed for an employee for theft. Got her full admission. It's $876. What she's doing is she's merchandise theft. She's doing fraudulent returns back to her own account with the merchandise not present. She's doing, she's taking merchandise right off the floor, eat it, drink it, food, candy, whatever. She's walked out of here with bags and stuff. She's also passing off merchandise between one employee and another. The other employee who's involved with her, I'm about to pull her back right now and interview her, get her to admit to these things. It's going to take about 20 to 25 minutes. This one also did it on audio recording, so the whole thing's audio recorded, the interview and the admission, all that stuff. And now we just brought this one back here. She's agreed to paying it, to signing all the forms and everything we do. Now I'm going to go talk to the other one.
So
We trespass and prosecute.
Yeah.
Just a heads up, because I know sometimes when we have shoplifting cases, you ask. So we trespass and prosecute everybody.
okay, you're talking about like she's agreed to paying back. Like,
Well, she hasn't paid anything back right now. She's just signed all the forms that she agreed to doing all the losses.
how does that work when you
It's
guys?
civil demand. We're going green to pay back on civil restitution.
There's something about the way as well.
So So we got her fraudulent returns, merchandise theft.
There's another one at Five Below.
If you want to take 5 below, I'll take this.
They're pulling up videos, or they have the video pulled up already. This is, I guess, what was, yeah.
Oh, okay.
They were pulling up something else, but then you guys were literally out there talking to them. But I just made sure they had the video popped up for you guys.
Okay, thank
Do you need anything from me?
So no, like, itemized just transaction totals?
Yeah, that's what he handed me, but he'll explain more.
Yeah, that's fine. That's smart.
And I ran her, all good. So she, yeah.
This one is the investigation rules to let you know that. Oh, I think it's not that one. Oh, okay. I have a narrative right here for everything that took place. If you need it.
The first issue is probable cause. Florida Statute Section 812.015 authorizes a merchant's employee to detain a suspect for a reasonable time to investigate theft. That privilege, however, is not arrest authority. It is a temporary detention privilege only. When law enforcement arrives, the Fourth Amendment governs. Warrantless arrest requires probable cause. Here, probable cause rests on 3 independent pillars: CCTV documentation spanning multiple weeks, a transaction paper trail tied to Dickson's Nordstrom loyalty account, and separate admissions by both subjects obtained during store management interviews conducted before police arrival. Voluntary statements made to private parties, not law enforcement, fall entirely outside Miranda. Those admissions are admissible and independently sufficient to establish probable cause for arrest. The Fourth Amendment is not implicated here. The arrest is constitutionally sound. The second issue is felony classification. Florida Statute Section 812.014 draws a hard statutory line at $750. Below that threshold, petty theft a misdemeanor. At or above it, grand theft, third degree, a felony punishable by up to 5 years in state prison and a $5,000 fine. Dickson's documented loss totals $872. She crosses the felony line. Brown's documented loss totals $471 misdemeanor territory, unless the state invokes aggregation under Section 812.015. That statute permits multiple theft incidents to be combined over a defined time frame to reach the felony threshold. If pursued, Brown's exposure increases substantially. The dollar difference between the two subjects is not incidental. It determines whether Brown faces a county jail sentence or potential state prison exposure.
All right, so I'm going to read you your rights. Every time I read you one of your rights, I just need you to acknowledge me with a verbal yes or no, okay? You have the right to remain silent and not answer any questions. Do you understand?
Yes.
With your rights in mind, do you want to talk to me today?
Sure, yes.
Okay.
No.
I mean, can you just tell me kind of like what was going on here, like what happened with your employer?
Just or
Just in general, kind of just a quick rundown. Do you think that what's happening happened? Do you think that they're making something up? Do you feel like this is not fair? Like anything you want to say, you don't have to tell me anything. You can tell me whatever you like. I just kind of want to get your side of the story.
don't know.
Okay. I mean, that's fine. I mean, you don't have to say anything. You know, I'm just letting you know kind of like what they let us know. You know, they have
Is it gonna
you.
change anything?
Huh?
Is it gonna change anything?
Well, I mean, they said they have videos of you doing the stuff and doing the transactions. I don't know if there was some type of reasoning for that, right? Like, I don't know if it was your own for real doing it. I don't know if somebody was threatening you here to do it. I don't know. You know, I just giving you the opportunity to kind of say your piece. If you don't want to say nothing, you don't have to say nothing. You know, like that's your right too. And I'm not trying to force you to, you know. You good? So so you're good? All right. No, that was the security officer had it filled out.
I'm saying, is this her? Or?
Yeah. Might as well get her to sign that too. Yeah. Just sign for me. That's for you right there. That's your, they're trespassing you from the property. So you can't come back for 365 calendar days, okay? If you come back on the property before that time expires, you'll be arrested on site, okay? I need your thumbprint. In the box. Thank you. Cool.
Quit right now.
Huh?
Quit right now.
Yeah. Put your hands behind your back, like you're trying to pray. Put your hands like this.
Like what?
Like that. Like put them together like you're trying to pray.
Oh.
Yeah, like that. This one. Yep. Will you put it in yours?
Yeah.
All right.
They're gonna say 10, 12, so just go back,
Yeah.
make contact with staff, and see what's up with the other one, and
Okay.
do what you gotta do.
So, just watch yourself. Just take a seat in there. You good? Make sure you cranks up the AC for this hot time. You good?
The third issue is Miranda procedure. Under Miranda versus Arizona, any custodial interrogation requires prior advisement of the right to remain silent, the right to counsel, and the consequence of waiving those rights. Officer Leon administers separate Miranda warnings to each subject before any substantive questioning. Each right is read individually with a request. For verbal acknowledgement, this satisfies the standard. Dickson responds affirmatively and agrees to speak. Under Berghuis versus Thompkins, a suspect who understands her rights and continues to speak has waived them. No explicit written or verbal declaration of waiver is required. Brown's response is different. She states, "No, I just know what's going on from here." That is an unambiguous invocation of the right to silence. Under Berghuis, once a suspect clearly indicates she does not wish to answer, all substantive questioning must cease immediately. Officer Leon pivots to administrative procedure without re-engaging on the allegations. That is the correct constitutional response. Any continuation would have created a suppression risk. The fourth issue is the inventory search. Under Illinois versus Lafayette, the Supreme Court held that booking inventory searches serve legitimate administrative interests, protecting the agency against false claims and safeguarding the arrestee's property. Officer Leon counts Brown's currency aloud, on camera, in her presence, before sealing the property envelope. This creates a contemporaneous record that is harder to challenge than a written log alone. The procedure is constitutionally sound and tactically wise. The fifth issue is the use of restraints. Under Graham versus Connor, any use of force, including handcuffing, is evaluated under an objective reasonableness standard from the perspective of a reasonable officer on the scene, not with hindsight. Both subjects are cooperative. Neither resists. The force applied is de minimis, rear wrist handcuffing with physical adjustment to accommodate one subject's smaller wrist size. The pat-down of female subjects is conducted by a female officer consistent with best practices that reduce Fourth Amendment exposure, and unnecessary civil liability for the department.
You have the right to remain silent and not answer any questions. Do you understand? With your rights involved, do you want to speak to me about what's going on today?
I just know where it's going from here.
Oh, you just what?
I just know where it's going from here.
Okay. So you did, in no way were you, what's up? I'm reading her Miranda now. Okay, bye. Okay, so, nobody forced you into doing this, nobody like coerced you into this, you weren't like threatened to doing this, like there was no issues as far as that, you kind of just made a silly mistake? Okay, all right. So since we're on camera now, you will be taken to county with your property, and on you, you do have money. I just want to count the money in front of you, okay? $5, $10 to $5 US bills, okay? So I'll be going with you and your property. That go here, and I'm going to need you to please sign for me on the X. So you're being trespassed on the property as well, okay? So you cannot return to this store for 365 calendar days, okay? Not the day, not
This is right, the X.
yeah. Meaning if you come back on the property and you're seen on the property, you'll be arrested on site. Okay, hold on. Do you understand that? Okay. Can you take your apron off for me? Need that. You have a shirt underneath your jacket?
Yeah.
Can you unzip that just so I can see there's nothing on you? I need to check your jacket too.
Do you want me to take it off?
Yeah, you could just take off the jacket. It'll be easier because I gotta put you in cuffs and stuff. All right. Give you a pat down with the back of my hands, okay? Just to make sure you don't have any weapons on you. Okay. Okay. All right, cool. Do me for a turn. Put your hands behind your back, like if you're trying to pray. Here. I'm trying to crank you. Yeah, smaller, jeez. God dang. Okay. No, you're good. Hold on, I gotta readjust this because you're actually like the smallest wrist.
I had surgery on this one.
On your wrist?
Yeah, I broke it.
Okay, all right. Give me a second. I'm gonna figure this out real quick because your hands are really small. Hold on, because and these cups are not the ones. All right, hold on. I mean, all right, let me get your other wrist, just like you're trying to pray. Cool. I appreciate it. Oh, you give me the USB bag?
Yeah.
All right, cool. It's just for show because you're gonna be a hardcore criminal. You might try to. I hate to be doing this too. My car's over there. We'll go this way. So everybody in the parking lot sees you. You can't hide behind the bush. Are you okay with her taking your personal property?
Can she get my stuff?
All right, let me put you in the car and I'll give it to her. Yeah, give me a second. Stay over there. Don't come over here. You want me to give her everything?
Yeah, because we live together. She can have my stuff.
Even the money and everything? And,
Yeah.
and you got her phone number?
Yes.
Okay.
It's in my pocket.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, just stand right here. Get the car from you, please. Let me just button you up real quick. I'm gonna lower the window. This one is a hot one. It goes right in the nice one. My name is Officer Leon with the West Palm Beach Police Department. At this time, I will be taking a statement in reference to agency case number 258412. In front of me is...
Jordan Briggs,
Okay, and what is your position here?
asset protection agent.
Okay. Can you please raise your right hand for me? Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay. Can you please describe to me the events that led to us coming over here and arresting 2 of your employees, please?
Okay. At 4/10/2025, we started investigating 2 employees.
Okay.
One was doing return fraud, the other one was doing a pass off.
Okay.
Dickson, who has the highest amount
Can
of...
you say her full name, please?
Dickson, okay. Tamia Dickson.
Thank you.
She has an amount of 872 in
Okay.
return frauds and merchandise theft
Okay.
and pass off.
Okay.
Tamia Brown, she has a total of 471
Okay.
as pass offs. But what led us to them is we live surveillance them on CCTV, which we have videos of, and we seen Tamia Dickson hold her phone up and type in a UPCs. But because Nordstrom has a paper trail, we looked it up with her Nordstrom account, which is a membership.
Okay.
And it showed she was returning items, but the items weren't in stock by RFID keys, what we do on a daily.
Okay.
Same as Tamia Brown, we did a live surveillance and she would have 5 items and Tamia Dickson will only scan 4 items. So she will get 1 free or she'll have 5 items and get 4, whatever the amount is. Sorry.
And these events were being documented on CCTV, and these events were being saved as the investigation began, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Everything has a video and paper trail and a receipt.
Okay.
Yesterday, 4/29, we did an investigation, an interview with our asset protection area manager, Neil, and my assistant manager, Jean Baptiste, where we questioned them about these items.
Did you question them together or separately?
We separately.
Okay, you separately. Okay. And can you tell me what happened with those interviews?
We didn't want to spook them.
Sure.
So with Tamia Dickson, she was a little bit more harder than it was Tamia Brown. Tamia Dickson admitted to taking snacks, lip gloss, and a soda from Nordstrom.
Okay, so she did admit to stealing from the business.
Yes.
Okay, but she didn't admit to being part of the return fraud, correct?
Correct.
But you already had her on CCTV, which is what initially sparked the interest into watching her actions at work?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Tamia Brown, she was more easier than Tamia Dickson. Tamia Brown, she admitted to everything. She personally said out her mouth she knew that it was wrong. She knew that she shouldn't have did it, and that's why she stopped on the last date of 5/18.
So the findings of your investigation, Tamia Brown fully confessed to everything?
Yes.
Okay. But per policy though, you do have totality of numbers of the business. What was Tamia Dickson's total loss to the business?
872.
Okay, and Tamia Brown's total loss to the business?
471.
Okay, and that was all, again, documented through CCTV, correct? Of their actions, okay. And as a business, you still do want to prosecute them, correct?
Yes, prosecute.
Okay, and you did want them trespassed off the property? Yes. Okay. Is there anything else in this statement that you have not included or haven't asked about that you would like to include? No. Okay.
Both suspects were eventually transported to jail.
One additional procedural element warrants attention: the trespass notice. Under Florida Statute Section 810.09, returning to a property after a formal trespass warning constitutes a separate criminal offense, trespass after warning, a first-degree misdemeanor. Both subjects signed the trespass form on camera. The 365-day ban is explained clearly and acknowledged. That documentation creates independent criminal exposure for any future return to the premises, entirely separate from the pending theft charges. Officer Leon receives a grade of A. Miranda was administered correctly for both subjects, individually, with verbal acknowledgement after each right. When Brown invoked her right to silence, questioning stopped immediately, textbook Fifth Amendment compliance. The on-camera currency count protects both the agency and the arrestee. No procedural gaps are identified. Jordan Briggs, the asset protection agent, receives a grade of A-. The investigation was methodical, live CCTV surveillance, a transaction paper trail, and separate subject interviews conducted to prevent coordination of stories. A sworn, formal statement was provided on camera. The minor deduction reflects the dual role tension inherent in employer-conducted interrogations. Any statements Dickson or Brown made to store management were obtained without Miranda, which is lawful, since Miranda only governs law enforcement custodial interrogation. But defense counsel will scrutinize the voluntariness of those admissions carefully, depending on the circumstances of detention. Tamia Dickson receives a grade of C+. The alleged return fraud was not opportunistic. It required deliberate manipulation of the store's return system, manually entering UPC codes to generate refunds with no merchandise present, routed to her own loyalty account. That is a systematic, documented scheme. At $872, she faces third-degree felony exposure under Florida law. The positive note: when questioned by Officer Leon, Dickson ultimately exercised her Fifth Amendment right, providing minimal responses. That limits further self-incrimination to law enforcement. However, the prior admission to store management, made before police arrived, remains admissible and substantially damages any future defense. Tamia Brown receives a grade of B-. Brown's invocation of the right to silence with law enforcement was legally astute and immediate. That decision preserves her legal options and limits the prosecution's ability to use post-arrest statements against her. However, her full confession to store management, including a statement that she knew it was wrong, knew she should not have done it, and voluntarily stopped on the 18th of May, is detailed, voluntary, and admissible. The grade reflects both realities. Several takeaways apply broadly to any retail theft encounter. First, merchant detention authority is not arrest authority. Store security can detain and investigate. They cannot charge, transport, or incarcerate. That boundary matters legally. Second, statements made to private employers before police arrive are not protected by Miranda. A voluntary confession to a manager carries the same evidentiary weight as one made in court. Third, the felony threshold in Florida is not a ceiling, it is a floor. Aggregation provisions allow prosecutors to combine multiple theft incidents over time to reach felony classification. A pattern of small thefts does not guarantee misdemeanor treatment under Florida law. Fourth, invoking the right to silence with law enforcement is always the correct choice when facing criminal exposure. Brown exercised that right correctly. Dickson exercised it partially. Neither choice reverses the evidentiary record, already built by asset protection, but silence with police prevents the record from getting worse. At the time of this analysis, both Tamia Dickson and Tamia Brown have been charged with retail theft-related offenses under Florida law under agency case number 258412. Both have been trespassed from the property for 365 calendar days. The final disposition of any criminal or civil proceedings remains unknown. Let us know if there is an interaction or legal topic that you would like us to discuss in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more content on police court interactions.